This angle is like so weird. And I'm not looking at my camera, I'm looking
Yeah,
at my
it's fine.
laptop.
We're both oddly angled. Should I bring mine to the other side? Is that better? Not, we're not like angled away from each other. Do you know what I mean?
My tripod, well, no, we're not. We're here. We're just 2 minutes late.
Figuring out some stuff. I'm using
I don't
my
know what's going
phone.
on with my audio. I tested with PC earlier and it was fine, but Mesa can't hear me, so I don't know what's happening. So I'm doing.
We got it on her phone because we didn't want her to sound like she was in a jar again, like last time.
Everybody let me know that I was hard to hear. So
I didn't
that's
go back and watch that one because I didn't want to know what it sounded like.
same. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pretend that it didn't happen, and we're just gonna
Boomers, yeah,
go with
we're
it.
we're actually millennials, I think technically, but
I feel like a boomer when I try to do this stuff because I have no idea what I'm doing. So I do feel like a boomer, but that's okay.
it's not their Maze's what's wrong with our audio? Can you not hear us? I thought my audio is pretty good right now. So I coached 5:15 class to 6:15, and then immediately after pulled out a rower and a bike and did 10 sets of a minute hard on the echo bike, a minute 30 recovery on the row. Finished like less than 10 minutes ago, was like unwell. And I was like, well, we got to pull it together. You got to be able to talk soon. But it was like the only chance I had to do my workouts. That's why I'm like, I swear, like down low, it's like all sweat. I'm like pulling it down. It's fine. We all get it, right?
I've been doing like catch up on my programming because we've been gone for like
Mm-hmm.
I've basically since my birthday, which was back at the beginning of August, I've been like behind on my programming. So I've been trying to catch up, and today was the first day that I'm finally caught up, and I took my first rest day. I got 10,000, almost 10,000 steps, and I just walked. That's all I did today. And so I'm very proud of myself because I think I've worked out for 8 days straight. So
That's not necessarily a healthy thing.
that usually it's every single day forever. So one rest day is
You don't take rest days, Kate.
no, not for like 7 years. Never. Literally
Why?
never. Because I usually feel good. I don't know. I never
That
have.
is a bold-faced lie. I can't even brush my hair, but I feel good. Don't
Well,
even.
that okay, that's an exception. But even with that, I was working out 7 days a week and like 2 or 3 2 days. Like
That's
even when I was at the height of my injury with my shoulder,
but
I
like
just like, do what I can.
but like why would you not take a rest day? That's diminishing returns.
I just don't want to. Yeah, rest days are overrated. I do something, whether that's run or I don't know, do whatever.
That that's putting yourself above elite athletes because even they take full rest days.
I don't care. Like I enjoy doing it, so gonna continue to do it. But today I took a rest day, so like I said, that is a win. Gonna be a short-ish episode today because we have some things going on. I'm going to the Lil Wayne concert tonight, last minute, which is why I'm drinking some coffee at 7 o'clock at night. I would never do that on a school night, but it's gonna be really fun. So, um, you went to High Rocks, Boston.
I did.
How was
I
it? Well, because you
I
had
was
never
not
gone, you've never been to High Rocks before, so this was your first time.
yeah, I was not competing. I was there as coach. I have an athlete that was competing there in the pro women's division. But I've never been to a High Rocks event. I've been told lots of different things. I was very surprised at the like how big the event is. I didn't realize like I think they had like 13,000 people competing in Boston, which is wild. That's a huge event. Like if you think of I don't know that like what is the my Wadapalooza Miami? It's not that many people, right? And that's like the biggest competition I can think of as far as like volume of competitors. I was very impressed with how it was run. I was very impressed with the facility. It's very hype. Honestly, I have a lot of positive things to say about it. From like, so we went like in the morning to check in, and there's like over 20 plus people checking people in. Like, that's crazy. I've never seen something that big for like CrossFit style competitions.
When I went to the one in Miami this year, at least for spectator, the check-in process, so maybe it was different for the athletes, but it was like for how many people were there, like checking in and trying to get in, it was pretty seamless. Like there was no long wait, nothing. It was great.
Yeah, and, like, all of the people like, cause I went with my athlete to check her in, and then we did spectator for me, and, like, they explained everything, like, "This is your chip, this is how it's gonna go, here's your band, this is what it's for," and I was like, having been to a lot of, I will say, local competitions personally, and then we've been to some bigger competitions, that's, like, my experience, right, is the CrossFit world. It was run probably better than any CrossFit event I've been to. The only thing that I thought was, like, tough to figure out as a spectator was, like, how to navigate getting from one station to the next when you're watching because they
Yep.
have, like, the rivers that pass through, and, like, I figured it out, but, like, no one told us beforehand, and I think that would have been, um, like, a little bit like an explanation on that or a briefing on, like, you're gonna have to kinda run around to see different things, but my athlete had done it a few times, so she kinda told me what to expect.
Mhm.
It's crazy that they have, like, the rivers that cross the running path for you to, like,
Yep.
go through. I did think, like, it was very clean, like, the what is it, like, where they hype you up before you race? I was, like, right by there videoing, and
Mhm.
they, like, talked through this whole thing. It was pretty I'm not gonna lie, it was cool. I was hyped up watching it, so I can't imagine the adrenaline when you're about to race. Um, I thought it was I was very impressed with it from like an event perspective. Obviously, I didn't compete, but the finish line, and then also this was the first event sponsored by HWPO. They had a big like stall in the middle. Matt Frazier did it, so I saw him cross the finish line because he was like
Cool.
right after my athlete. He did, I think, men's doubles, and then Jake Marconi was there doing it. I had some friends from here, like Owen, doing it, so it was cool to see. And Boston's just such a cool city. I really liked Boston. They had at the convention center. I can't explain to you if you I put a vlog up on my YouTube page you can go watch. That space was enormous and it was so cold. And as someone who owns a gym, I don't know how they had AC to make it that cold. With it was like freezing and this space is like housing thousands of people. I was PC. I did see Presley. I didn't say hi to her because she was like at the booth, but she was working the booth. And then we were talking about Puma being the sponsor. So Puma, was it today that they announced this?
A few days ago, yesterday or the day before, I think.
You can say what they announced, kind of thing.
Well, my first question was going to be: is HWPO just the sponsor for Boston?
I think that was the first event they sponsored. I don't know. I don't know the extent of what they were doing, but they were all over everything. Everything
I
said
saw
HWP.
some of the marketing and stuff, and it was pretty cool to see HWPO like that and something other than CrossFit. I think it was great.
Mhm. And
But
like they had
Puma,
this huge. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Puma did, I guess, sign on or extend their contract or however you want to word it until 2030, which I think is
Wild.
crazy for a sponsor, like not in a bad way, but we look at CrossFit and I know Reebok was a sponsor for a really long time. I don't know how many years, but more
But
than
was
anybody
there
else has been
like
a sponsor.
was Reebok that long, or did they just continue to renew? Because I don't think they ever had like a 5-year
No,
contract.
I'm sure they, I mean, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming they renewed, but they have been like the longest standing sponsor
Yeah.
in CrossFit, at least since I know it. And ever since Noble left, I think it's every single year we've had a new sponsor or title sponsor. I really don't even know the difference between them. But I guess it would be 4 year if it starts 2026, a 4 year sponsorship when it's still kind of new. It's not new, but it's new. Like the hype is very new right now. And
Yeah.
to sign on for 4 years, I think, I mean, is amazing for High Rocks. I wish that CrossFit could get somewhere like that to where like a brand really believed in what they were doing to kind of stick around because I think the consistency of having a sponsor like that definitely helps.
Yeah, and I think it just shows like you wanna grow with the brand. I think it was really cool because one, like I grew up overseas and Puma is a pretty big brand outside of the US. I feel like it's less popular in the US. I know High Rocks is like all over the world too. I would say maybe more so than CrossFit. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure, but like they do I think have a big international presence. High Rocks does. But like Puma, I feel like is newly, at least from my perspective, big in the States. Like you're starting to see some CrossFit athletes sponsored by Puma. But growing up, we had huge Puma stores like everywhere in Dubai. It was super cool, like well-known brand. So it was kind of cool seeing it. Um, they had some really nice gear at their store. I do think it was interesting, like for how big of an event there was only like two, like Puma and Velitas. I think like that would be something where they could like grow a vendor village or something because it is such a huge event. Like you have that many people. Why would you not have more vendors? Like that's such an easy way I feel like for them to make money and Red
Was
Bull.
it just was it just Puma there for the vendor? I can't remember when I
There's
went to
Puma and
Miami.
Velitas.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. And those were the only two?
And Red Bull had a station, but like I mean, they're not a I wouldn't say they're a vendor. It was really interesting because they had like at the finish line, like they had water and then they had like cups of Red Bull, and so many people kept grabbing cups, like thinking it was water, and then like downing a big thing of Red Bull. Like when they finished the race, and they were like, "Oh, like why am I drinking Red Bull?" But it was like so cool. At the end of the race, they had like this little zone where there was like chairs you could lay out in and sit there at the finish line. Like it was really well thought out. I will say, I think it's so interesting that Velitas is a sponsor for High Rocks, and they have grips that say High Rocks on it. I mean, because you can't wear grips in anything in High Rocks, like I don't think, right? Like there's no rig, and you can't wear it for farmers carries. So that has
Nope.
to be like targeting CrossFitters who also do High Rocks to wear it in their CrossFit gym to show they do High Rocks because there's no other reason. Like, why else would you have grips that say High Rocks on them? I think that's so odd.
Are so they are like just the regular gymnastics scripts that you would wear
They're the same ones
on
I
a
have
ring?
from Bonitas for CrossFit, but it says High Rocks on the like sleeve and the grip, which is like what would be, it has to be targeting the CrossFit audience who does High Rocks to show they do High Rocks, right?
Did they just have a booth, or like were they a sponsor?
No, they're a sponsor of
Yeah.
they're the official like grips of High Rocks, but there's no grips in High Rocks. I don't understand.
That is really weird. I was
And
gonna
so, like,
say,
I remember when they first announced it, I was like, "That's odd," but, like, I was like, "They do other things." Like, they have sunglasses, and which is weird because most of Hyrox are indoors also, but and they have, like, clothing, but Puma's the clothing brand, so, like, why do they have wrist wraps and grips that say Hyrox on them? I want someone to answer this.
when you
Yeah.
said drips, I was like, maybe, like, I was thinking almost like gloves or something, and maybe it's for like the sled pull.
No, no. I love it, Pool Boy said it's like wearing a weight belt that says Peloton. No, I'm so serious. Let me pull this up because I thought that was so weird. I put that in my blog. I was like confused why they're like part of High Rock. I don't know.
I don't remember if they were there when I was in Miami or not. I do remember the Puma booth, but there's also so much going on when you're there because it like the stations are all around the convention center, and people are running and people are crossing and people like there's a
It
lot
is
going
wild.
on
It's wild.
at
I
all
will
times.
say, like, even they have the convention center have like a huge screen outside on the street, and it said like HWPO High Rocks all weekend, which like that's crazy big advertising. That's so cool, like in middle of the street of Boston. Um, Yeah, I think like what PC said, hybrid athletes will train with CrossFit movements for high rocks events. Yeah, that's why they're targeting CrossFitters that also do high rocks. I just thought that was an interesting thing that it says high rocks on a piece of equipment that a high rocks or wouldn't high rocks or whatever wouldn't ever use. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess great marketing, but it also makes me
Yeah,
wonder. I think PC said that they have a loan to pay off because they're everywhere. They're at WFP, they're at CrossFit events. Now they're at High Rocks. We're seeing them
yeah,
everywhere. I feel like they went from 0 to 100
for sure.
overnight.
Okay, right here.
I can't see. Oh, yeah, they're exactly.
It's their grips with high rocks. And there's like multiple of them. They have them like where they're on the like, and they even have jump ropes that say high rocks on the handles. Because the other thing Belita sells is jump ropes. Another thing, like high rocks jump ropes. That's so weird to me.
I mean,
Okay,
I guess maybe with the jump ropes, you do that
but
like
there's
help
no.
with conditioning, like with conditioning training,
I mean, we
endurance
could say the
stuff.
same
But
about grip. Like if you're doing gymnastics, it could help with pulling. I don't know, but the sunglasses is the closest thing I could understand. Maybe the wrist wraps, because like you might wear, or the wrist sleeves, even though that's made, the long ones are made for under grips. Like I could see wearing it to wick sweat away. I don't know.
I got a pair of those. I guess they're wrist wraps when I volunteering at WFP by
Mhm.
Ray-Ban, or is that how you say it? I don't know. They're still sitting on my dresser because I'm not really sure what you do with those. I thought
It's
they were knee sleeves, and I was like, I haven't had a pair of knee sleeves in like 6 years. So this
the
is
grip.
pretty
You're
dope.
saying the sleeves here
Yeah, like they're
because they're
not.
under your grips.
No, no, no. I I literally could go grab them right now. They're like they're knee sleeves, but
Oh,
here.
for your wrist. Yeah, it's like a wrist wrap for like okay, PC said like it'd be smart to train pull-ups and deadlifts. Yeah, but like that'd be weird to train deadlifts with grips on. I feel like, and then also like use straps, and then also like you'd be training probably strict pull-ups for high, like you wouldn't be doing butterfly or kipping. I don't, I don't know. I just thought it was an odd like thing. That sunglasses made the most sense to me because people
Sunglasses,
like runners, right? That I was like, okay, I can buy that.
but
But
I
overall,
guess if Puma is doing the apparel though, I guess there's probably only so much they can do other than that.
yeah, it's like a weird
So
partnership to me because
yeah,
in my mind, they're a grit brand, which like maybe that's just because I CrossFit. I don't know the history of Velitas, but I think they market themselves as a grit brand and everything else is like secondary.
yeah,
Or jump ropes. That's like so I'm a WFP affiliate, so we get like certain discounts on brands and like you get like sent some stuff. And Velitas sent me grips and jump rope. So like that has to be their two like main products,
yeah.
I would assume. Um
Have you used the jump rope? I got one at WFP also, and I haven't taken it out of the box yet because I have not done any jump rope stuff.
I have used it. I like my RPM more because the leeches handles are a little bit heavier. I am like, my knee injuries from the past and then the ones I have now, one of the worst movements for me is double unders, just the impact of it. So, like, anything that's remote, like heavy rope double unders really hurt me. It's just the impact of how I lag on that foot. So, like, the RPM is just the lightest rope. Like, those handles are so
Yep.
light, so I like it. But I have the like 2 or 3 of the Velitas ones for class, and people love them. So, we'll see.
I need to try mine. I just haven't gotten it out. I used to like steal everybody's jump rope at my old gym because mine broke, and so I was just like bumming a jump rope off of everybody else, and then I won one at the competition, and I can't remember what brand it is, but I really like it. But
When
I
you
have
come
not.
to Charleston, you can try all my jump ropes and decide.
Yes, perfect, perfect. Speaking of sponsorships, Wadapalooza and Tier
Mhm.
are no longer. They have broken up.
Yeah, I kind of think that was like a while coming though, doesn't it? Didn't it feel like that? I don't know. Personally, I think Deer seemingly, again, I don't have like any insider information, but like had money to burn, right? They've been a company forever. They're offering like these insane contracts to CrossFit. They like we grew up swimming with Tier gear, which is so
Yeah,
interesting. So like they threw themselves into the CrossFit space. And I think now they have a name in the CrossFit space. They sponsor enough like big name athletes that they don't have to sponsor something like Wadapalooza to get people to buy Tier. Does that make sense?
no, yeah, it makes sense. I'm just thinking of, I don't think they ever had to do that anyway. Maybe to get into the CrossFit space, but like they're everywhere, not even just swimming. And I think we talked about this at Wadapalooza. They are the, I don't know if sponsor is the correct word, but the show, The Challenge on MTV. I haven't watched it in a couple of years, so this may not be true anymore, but all of their like
Mhm.
challenge apparel was tier stuff. So
But
the
as a
amount
CrossFitter, would
ever.
you ever have bought anything Tier prior? Like, probably not.
No, I mean, and no, I
And I
still don't
still
have
wear it.
anything tier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we do. We have our friggin' Team World, Team North America shirts.
that's
That was tier.
true.
Like personally, I don't love Tier's look, I would say. I think they very much feel like a swimming brand, like what I would wear to like a high school swim meet. I wouldn't say they have like a lot of swag. It seems like Gym Reapers is now the sponsor based on the post with the like construction. Um, I was on the fence about Gym Reapers before SoCal in general because I've looked at a lot of their stuff just from like seeing some of the bigger names like Justin and Annika and whatever be sponsored by them. And I don't typically love women's workout wear that's that like I say it's like the influencer material. Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about? What is that called? Where it's
I
like
don't know.
thick and
Yeah,
like not thin and not malleable. And like that's what a lot of their sets are. And it's really interesting because like Annika does stuff in them and she looks great, but like I don't like anything that fits me. And I ordered a pair of leggings from them and it was that material and I like would never work out in something that thick. But when we were at SoCal, they did have some really cool stuff. Like I got a couple shirts from there, a hat. I liked it a lot better. I still want them to come out with different material women's legging short workout clothes because I don't think they have like the normal material. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
I know it's like a very thick. Um,
It's like the old Gymshark.
yeah. I know what you mean. And
Gymshark broke into now getting like CrossFit style or like I would say like what Lulu leggings are or like Athleta leggings. It's like
yeah,
this stretchy, comfortable material versus like the really thick.
yeah, Tier definitely was not a fashion brand at all. It was maybe just for performance. I don't know, I can't speak because I don't really have anything by them, but Gym Reaper seems to be more of a lifestyle brand. Like it's kind of cool, like you could wear it with like a pair of jeans and look kind of swaggy. And I do like that because I think there's room. Something I would compare it to is probably Rad. Like Rad has that like cool factor to it as well, and I think there needs to be more like that. We obviously need performance stuff to like perform
Mhm.
well in, because especially, I don't know if guys have the same thing, but I've had a couple pair of shorts or even sports bras and I wear them and I'm miserable during my entire workout. They're like rolling up or they're falling down, and I sometimes even quit my workout because I'm like, all I can think about is how this fits and how I feel while I'm doing it. So that stuff definitely matters as
And I
well.
think that definitely matters more for women. I think
Yeah,
probably. I will
maybe.
say that I have like quite a few male clients who have loved Gym Reaper shorts, say they're the most comfortable. I'm gonna pull this up real quick. Taylor said Gym Reaper sucks beep. I think that's so funny because you were wearing Gym Reapers all weekend at SoCal, so can't suck that
That
bad.
is true. You and Mace have matching shirts. So
I know. I was kind of disappointed when I saw Taylor in it. It's like, dang, I really liked my new shirt. Um, but yeah, I think they're definitely swaggier than Tier. I think Tier just I can't Tier will never not be a high school swimsuit brand to me. Like my Tier goggles when I was trying to be on swim. I'm a terrible, terrible swimmer, but when I was still didn't know how bad I was at swimming.
I do think too, like Gym Reapers kind of came out of nowhere too. Like they went from 0 to
But they have been they're same as
70%.
Gear though. They've been around for over 10 years and they were, I think, just a gear company, not an apparel company. And they
Okay.
have a lot of money, same as Tier. And I talked to Annika a little bit about it at WFP because she was debuting it and it was like before she had officially announced she was sponsored by them. And she said it's kind of similar that they have a long time, like a lot of money to spend on sponsors, get athletes break into the space. And she was really excited. She told me that they were going to do some, allow her to do some more like design stuff. And she's really excited about that. And I think like she's like kind of metal and Jim Reapers kind of gives that vibe. I think that could be a really cool
Yeah.
collab.
I'm gonna pull. PC said Noble made an appearance in New York City fitness thing that they had this weekend. Somebody actually sent me a video unrelated to this. Have you seen the New York City? I forgot what they called it. It was kind of like a fit fest. It was
Um,
like, did you see it?
no.
It was like a fitness expo, but they had different challenges, if you will. Like they had a bunch of people on a treadmill. I'm assuming, like, I don't know, running a mile for time. There was conferences and people speaking. It was a whole fitness expo. It was actually really cool. I didn't realize that it was actually like this past weekend, and that's what the video was from. But it was, it kind of reminded me of Wadapalooza, but in a much broader fitness space. You know, they
Okay.
had like a podcast stage and people speaking, and group classes, kind of like the activations, or um, like what Gym Reapers had, or the Gauntlet. It was actually really cool. And I feel like we need more of those. Maybe they are, I just don't know about them because it's not necessarily CrossFit related. So it was cool.
This chat is going
I don't
off.
even know what's happening anymore.
The other thing we want to talk about, because I know we're not trying to, we both got to be out of here a little bit, is Crash. So Crash is coming up soon. It's October 17th, 18th, I think, in a few weeks. They just released the workouts. I think it's well known that JR is one of the best programmers in the space. He's helped like um, a lot of athletes. I know he like helped program for Jason Hopper for a while. Sorry, it's Camp Crash. I'm getting corrected. I think the workouts, his workouts are always ridiculously hard. He's like sneaky. It's like movement sniper. I think that I talked to Olivia Kersetter when we were in SoCal, and she was like, "Yeah, like that was the worst competition I've ever done." And when they asked me to come back, I was like, "I don't want to do that because it's so painful." And I think these workouts were spot on. He has a bias to gymnastics, I think, but I think this was so well programmed. I look at every single workout and I'm like, you could black out at that. There's nothing that's like just muscle fatigue or just skill. Every workout is like so intense. Someone said I should go. I am going to try and make a day trip. We'll see. They're not really doing any like media passes or anything, even though they do have like pretty big names. But I think that I may be able to, just do some interviews in the parking lot, something. We have been traveling an insane amount lately, and I did just open a gym, so I'll see if I can make it for a day. But what did you think of the workouts?
I originally was going to pull them up, but I'm having technical difficulties.
I can pull them up.
I think I did watch it last year. Last year was the first time I had ever heard about it. And I watched it last year and I thought it was really cool. Looking at the workouts this year, I think the programming is kind of sexy. Like it's something
But
like
that's kind of JR's thing. Like it's
it's
always
I
kind of
know. I think it's great. Like it's traditional CrossFit, but has like a sprinkle of something really cool in it that you don't see at normal competitions. I like it. I think it's
I
cool. I think
think
it
he
makes
has
it exciting to watch.
so it's hot. Yes, hot. The programming's hot. I think that
No, I did not say that.
neither of us said JR is sexy. We said JR's programming is sexy. I think that he like has really interesting like time domains or like domain like layouts of workouts. Um, Again, I am trying to come to Crash. We'll see. Um, I don't know. It's enemy territory. Let's see. So I did think it was really cool that you said it was inspired by the 3-week training camp of like Brooke Wells and Jason Hopper for 2024. What?
No, I just now I think JR sexy apparently is what the entire chat thinks.
Oh,
That is
okay.
not what I said, but I know I'm about to be misquoted so many times.
The workout that I thought was really interesting is the event 3, the hindsight 2030, where it's like the first 6 minutes you do a workout, then like the next interval is a little bit longer. You do that workout plus something. And the third interval is a little bit longer, and you do both of the like stacking. I've never really seen a workout written like that, and I thought it was like I was just doing some math. You gotta be moving to have rest time in those. And I thought that was really cool. I think the I also think JR has some like really interesting equipment. Like the fact that he has like insanely heavy kettlebells and like the pill and stuff like that a lot of local competitions won't have because gyms don't have access to that equipment. or like if you have a huge um, competition, you can't get that many of them. This is like smaller size. So some of that's cool. Also like to incorporate the rope climb pegboard and you can choose like pick your own adventure. That's really cool. Rare to find that. The flips, like the finisher flips. Yes, I think those are pigs, I assume. Um,
They had those
and
last year, right? They had the pill. Did they have pigs last year?
yeah, and the
Right?
pill.
Okay, yeah.
Um, I would say J.R. Howell is hot because he, like, from a gym perspective, not from a looks perspective. He's just like, he's a great coach, great programmer. Crash is a like top tier gym. I think they have phenomenal equipment. Yeah, and it is pretty close to me, so I will try and make it.
And this
Um,
is this remind me, P score or not P score? I
they
think it's
are doing P score,
P.
but I don't know if that's how you win. I mean, there's a bunch of people in the comments that know. Tell us. Um, and then also there's that one workout that's like event two. We know JR loves it is P score. Okay. Which I have feels about. But event two, he loves gymnastics and it's like ring muscle ups, P bar traverse, GHDs. Like that's crazy combo. Again, you would very rarely find a workout that high skill. And there's some good athletes going to it. So I think that would be really good. Maybe we need to make a trip down, Kate, for this.
I know we talked about it a little bit. It's only, I think it's an 8 hour drive for me, 7.5 to get to you. So I don't know. We'll see.
Winning.
Brian Friend said, oops, wrong comment, not Taylor Self. I'm sorry. P score, hot or not?
I think not. I think not so hard, and I know I'm gonna get eaten alive for that. I hate it. Actually, I hate it. Come for me, Taylor, John. I know you guys are all the biggest fans of P Score. I hate it.
I do think it's interesting. Somebody, maybe it was Tyler, I can't remember, put something out about P score and I don't know, regular scoring, whatever you want to call it, for the CrossFit games and how the outcome would have been different. And I think that stuff is really interesting. I don't
I
know
don't.
what.
I don't even think that's interesting. I think it's
I
like
think it's
amazing.
cool. I don't know. Like, I'm always open to new things if somebody can, make it make sense to me. I don't really know much about it. Craig says I'm neutral with P score. I don't know enough about it, so I feel like I fall into the neutral territory as well. Go figure. But I think it's interesting to see like how if we use a different point system, how it could play out. Because really like the point system we use now is just somebody kind of like made it up. They decided, oh, first through fifth gets, you know what I mean? Isn't it all made up anyway? Where the
I
points
mean,
don't really matter?
I feel like P Score is significantly more made up than first, second, third, fourth, fifth. By the way, I just looked up CrossFit Crash on Apple Maps to see how far it is, and it says permanently closed. Crash,
Ooh.
may want to look into that. I believe it's open. It is exactly 3 hours from me, but it does say permanently closed. So I wonder if I
I
have the
did
wrong.
Google them today. I actually Googled Crash Crucible and it is the gym website. So I don't know if they renamed, like if it's
No,
now Crash Crucible.
this is camp Crash. Oh, if they're gyms
Yeah,
Crash.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. When you look up CrossFit Crash, it just comes up as Crash. I
Look
don't know.
up Crash Crucible. It might be on there. I don't know. Because when I Googled it, it took me to their, like, it was the gym webpage, but her website. Anyway, is P Square made up? Like, did somebody just make
Yeah,
that up, or is that? Oh, here we go. It's an equation based on real time performance. It's the least made up scoring. But like, did you guys make that up, or is that actually a thing? So I don't know. It's kind of how I
oh,
feel about like money. Like I feel like money is just kind of fake anyway. We just
we're just
we
all
just
playing a
make
big
more of
game of
it.
Monopoly.
Um. Anyway, yeah, I think the workouts look really cool. I'm excited to watch it because last year I really enjoyed it. Do you know any of the athletes that like who's gonna be there? Do you
Yeah, I
know?
think isn't Kyra gonna be there? Um,
That is why I pulled up Crash Crucible earlier is to see if there is a leaderboard because I'm not sure who is doing it.
Dude, I
Seems
have not had a chance to keep up, but I need to look because if I'm gonna go, I will do some research prior. Um, it's October 17th, 18th. Is that correct? Can someone in the comments give me the date? I'm trying to figure this out. That's in 2 weeks. Oof. Okay. Oh gosh, Jeff, you've been giving us paragraphs of random things today. Like we can't read these live. Come on now, like copy pasting from the internet. Jeez. Brian said there's been changes to the roster since they announced it. Oh yeah. Oh, Erica Folo's going, and I love her. I would love to chat with her. I didn't know Brittany Weiss is going. It's her comeback competition, which is crazy
she won
because
last year, right?
did she win?
I think she
No.
won last year.
Well, did she win? But crazy comeback competition because it's one of the most like taxing competitions from back surgery. But she looks super fit on her Instagram. She seems really ready. Um, I think,
She did win
yeah,
last year. She had a great. I remember watching that, and she had an
yeah. I
awesome
will
performance.
say JR's style of programming would favor someone like Brittany Weiss. She is someone who's not super strong and really gymnastically inclined and like grunt work. She's good at longer workouts, and that's like what JR's programming tends to bias is heavy gymnastics and longer, tougher, like put your head in the sand kind of workouts. And I think that's why going in, I remember I talked to Brian about this last year, and I was like, I think Brittany Weiss is going to do really well because of JR's programming. Yeah, PC's at aerobic capacity, like long, tough workouts. So she'll probably do well. Fee did it last time too. I remember that. Remember like
She
Fee and
did.
Brittany.
She did decent as well. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I can't
my
remember.
brain is doing me. I'm still in assault bike or echo bike sprints.
You what?
My brain's still on like the
Oh.
echo bike right now. It's spinning.
Um. I don't know. I'm excited. It's what, 2 weeks out. I feel like this is a good in between because we really don't have anything going on like CrossFit wise until I guess
Bro.
Rogue.
Mhm.
Um, and then I feel like once Rogue is over, it's well, not necessarily. Now that
Copenhagen.
Wadapalooza is in March this year, we really do kind of have a big break, I guess, until the Open. Because
I
normally it
mean,
would
we
be
have
Wadapalooza.
Copenhagen though. With WFP
Yeah,
final.
that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. WFP, I forgot about that
Did you
somehow.
see Colton's video? So they have like box clears, and he was like, "Y'all thought I was so short," and it was funny. He was like running over the box. Car was like, "I'm gonna be running further." I was like, "Okay." He's got a little chip on his shoulder, but I mean, he's doing it. So kudos,
I
I guess.
will. I do give him a lot of credit because he does get a lot of hate, and he's like, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong. Even if
Yeah.
he knows that he might not be able to, he like is a really
He
good sport
still
about it.
friggin' talks trash and goes for it. I will say box clears are very hard. I can't really do box clears. It's like a mental thing for me, I think, and with my knee. But they do spike your heart rate so much. I think it's so impressive. Like I don't think people who haven't done them know how hard that is to um, do repeatedly. A bunch of big competitions in the UAE that will have some big names. Yeah, Dubai Fitness Championship. It's typically like early to mid December. I don't know exactly when it is this year, but that's always a good competition. I don't think it'll happen this year, but hopefully next year I can go home for Christmas and maybe go to Dubai Championship before. This time I have to kind of be here, and we may be in Copenhagen right before Christmas. But yeah, I think you were referring to like CrossFit affiliated events, correct?
Just in general, I just kind of forgot about Copenhagen for some reason, even though we talk about it every day. It may be the CrossFit season because that is like WFP is obviously new, so yeah, usually there's not much of a break, but I feel like Wadapalooza moving is
Oh,
gives us a bigger break.
Kate, I have some hot news.
Mm.
Did you see this tidbit of information we just got?
I did. You want to say it?
Brittany Weiss will not be competing at Crash.
I'm kind of bummed.
She was just posting about it. Yeah, I guess
I'm kind of
that hot
bummed.
goss. That feels like hot goss.
I really enjoyed watching her last year, and I know she's been out the entire season, so that kind of sucks. I like her a lot, and it was really cool to see her come off from her team career into individual, and I mean, she did great. So that's kind of a bummer. But
She did great at Crash. She did not do great in the CrossFit
no, that's
season.
that's what I mean. Yeah, she did great at Crash, and it was really fun to watch. So
No, every athlete is not pregnant if they don't compete. Stop.
I posted on my Instagram story that I was tired, and somebody said pregnant. And I'm like, no, I'm just tired.
I remember when I was in PT school, I was like treating a patient on a clinical, and I got sick and I like ran to the bathroom, threw up. I ended up having the flu, and I came out and they're like, "Are you pregnant?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." Jeez. Um, but yeah, I can't tell you why. I don't know, but she's not competing, is what we've been told.
Kenneth says I like her outfits. I think she is adorable, and I do think she always looks super cute.
She also wears a
So
lot of Lulu, so I'll give it to her. I like Lulu.
I agree with that, Kenneth.
Do you have any hot takes?
My hot take is that I think everybody in Florida should be a driving age where you can no longer drive. I complain about this every day, but the drivers down here are so bad, and there's so many old people. I'm so sorry, but you should not be on the road. So I think there should be an age limit for driving, just in Florida. I don't know about everybody else because I did not feel this way in Illinois. So
That's why you
that's my
need
hot
to
take.
leave Florida and move, just like a few states up.
You guys, I have a Lil Wayne concert to go to tonight, so I have to get off here. Oh wow.
Lil Wayne is washed.
I
That's my hot take. That's
did
what
not plan
Casey
on
said.
going. My friend got VIP tickets last minute. I don't know if she won them or what, and asked me if I wanted to go like 4 hours ago. And I am not a school night kind of person, but I'm going to be tonight. So,
Hot
yeah,
take. I think CrossFit could learn a thing or two from High Rocks events.
I don't
I think
disagree
it,
with that.
I think it
I don't
was
disagree with that.
phenomenally run. There was very little chaos. And I think it was great. I was very impressed. Everyone told me that when I went, I would for sure want to do one. Um, Still don't really feel like I'm gonna do one. I would do a doubles for fun. It's just a lot of stuff that it takes away all the things that I like. So I'm like, I don't know.
If I didn't have to
Uh,
run, I would do it. But it's a running event.
the
I
running
just
is the least of my worries. It's the everything in between. Um, Someone said, "How does what?" All right. I mean, someone was asked, how does what Hyrexis translate to a CrossFit event on scale? Obviously, it's only one event, but they run so many divisions, so like doubles, solos, and the volume of people competing, I think it can be in some ways comparable to a CrossFit event. It has more volume, and like, yes, it's the same event, but there's so many different like solo, doubles, different things that over the course of the day or the weekend, it is in some ways comparable to the volume of a CrossFit event.
yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know. I think it's fun and it's something to definitely like. I think try once. I did the place like hacking up along. I think it's doubles or not doubles. I'm sorry. Relay was enough to like dip my toe in it, and I was like, you know what? I'm probably good. I could maybe be talked into doing one, maybe like a doubles, but I don't
Everyone's
know.
trying to tell me the difference. Like, I'm not saying that the content of the events are the same. I'm talking about from the perspective of running a large event like that. Like, I talk about this all the time when I go to seminars. I like to see how people run seminars and like continued ed because I run workshops and I want to see how people run them, even if the content of the workshop is different. So, like, I understand the barrier of entry and barbell and different like I don't think they're the same thing. I'm saying from like a math event perspective and like check-in to like flow to instructions to athlete, like all of that is what I was saying that I thought was very well run. And I think there is overlap in how to like run events like that from CrossFit to High Rocks. Willie thinks he would do really well in High Rocks game. Maybe we should do a doubles.
I know that he knows that I'm very bad at running, so that's why
I'll pull you on the
I'm just-
run, and then you can do all the heavy stuff in the middle.
You what?
I'll pull you on the runs. You can do all the
Oh,
heavy stuff, and I'll do
I
the entire Burpee broad jump. So I
I
got you.
won't be able to do anything though because I'll be so gassed from the run. I would love like heavy sleds and like grunt work is my favorite thing to do.
Why?
Long 40-minute like disgusting workouts like that. But if you add running, I just especially for time, like if I just need to move for like 40 minutes, I can shuffle through it. But something that is for time like that and you're trying, I would never make it. I would pass away. I would
People
die.
in the comments that are getting so defensive about it's not the same. It's not that like y'all don't have to hate on things. It's okay. High rocks can exist. We're not saying it's better or worse. Chill out. People are so defensive of CrossFit. Like it's different. Everything's okay. We can learn from other events too.
Yeah, we can all
The
learn.
drum.
Learn from each other. Before we get off here, we will be on Chris. Is it
Oh,
Beasterfield? I think
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. We will be on his podcast next Friday. What was the date?
Like,
The 10th?
yeah, not tomorrow, the following Friday at 7 p.m., I believe. I'm excited about that. Being a guest is like so much more nerve wracking.
You just get to show up and just like ride the wave, you know, you don't have to ask any questions. Like it is really nice to be a guest. I was just talking about that earlier. So I'm excited. I'll save the story, but we have like a connection that we didn't know that we
Oh,
had.
yeah.
My life always comes full circle somehow. I know people who know people who know people that are kind of close to me. So I'm excited to chat with him. I really have only I watched the show with him and Brian, but I haven't watched any of his other stuff. So I'm excited to be in the hot seat. Both of us to be
Yeah,
in the
I'm
hot seat.
gonna dive in and watch a few more things because I did watch that too, but I want to know a little bit about more what he's about, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right, guys. Well, like we said, short episode because we gotta go. Things to do. Um, we'll be on next week. Should be same time, same place. Next Thursday, 7 p.m. Unless something crazy happens. Thanks for tuning in. You wanna take it out? Whatever you
Yeah,
say.
go to our Instagram, like things, follow us. We're inching up to 1,000 so we can go live. Please go follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We appreciate all of you. Have a good night.
Bye, guys. Thanks.